In today's video, I want to talk about how to handle criticism as an online coach. Every time you put a message or yourself out there, you're going to get criticism. So please note, I didn't start this video or title this video saying how to avoid criticism, because that is impossible, and I'll explain this in a second, but more so how to handle criticism, how to accept criticism, and how to understand that it doesn't define you. You can learn from it, you can grow from it, but it doesn't define you, and it's not a bad thing, it's not a negative thing. And here's the first thing I want to say. When I first started getting online and putting my message out there, I was just talking to a few people. And because I was just talking to a few people, I could really choose the language, and I could try and please everyone, not offend anyone. If me and you were talking one-on-one, I can choose my language, choose my words, I can style flex, and I can really just try to understand where you're coming from. And if I choose to, I can, even if we're talking about something very touchy, I can avoid offending you, if I choose to, or I can speak the truth and possibly offend. And I think if you're talking about anything and you start speaking the truth, someone's gonna get offended. But when you have a small audience, where you're just talking to 1, 2, or 3 people, it's easy to avoid criticism. Now what happens when you start talking to a few hundred? When my videos or some of my blog posts started getting shared and they started reaching hundreds of people, I'd have 1 in 100 or 1 in every 50 criticize or get offended and emotionally triggered and then criticize. And as a coach, I think oftentimes you're talking about things that someone might not be ready for yet. And because of that, as your audience grows, your chances of offending someone, you don't mean to, but the chances of offending someone increase exponentially. And usually it's those who get offended, who get triggered the most, who will have something to say. I've had things posted online about me. I've been attacked in every kind of way you could imagine because of some view or something that I've said or a conversation I started, when the core intent is not to offend. Someone will be offended, especially in this day and age. I think people are very hypersensitive to this. So what I'm getting at is, if you have a fear of offending or getting criticized or triggering someone, and you let that fear control what you say, you'll always stay very small. Your audience will stay very small, your message won't resonate, your message won't build any traction. The more willing you are to speak your truth, which means you will offend, which means you will get criticized, which means you will trigger, which means you will have people attack you, the more willing and open you are to speaking your truth, the more your message will resonate, will create ripples, will get shared, will get talked about, will get comments. And a very beautiful thing happens with that is you end up serving a lot more people. Yes, you will offend, or you will create, you'll have critics or people who want to attack everything you say because they simply don't like you and they have nothing better to do than come after you. That will happen, that's a blessing. I love my critics. I love the people that don't like me because they amplify my message even more. I would much rather have people talking about me, good or bad, than not knowing who I am. What I mean by when I say that is because if I have someone who doesn't like me and they comment and the algorithm loves that and expands the message even more, and then someone else chips in, and then so someone's like, oh, who is this guy? And they click on me, they can make up their own mind whether they like me or not. Oftentimes people do. Most people will like you. Then there'll be some who just don't care, and there'll be very few who really don't like you, and they're usually the most vocal. So fundamentally, what I'm getting at, I know I'm spinning in circles a little bit, but I'm just taking you through my thought process here, is that you can't avoid it. You have to accept it, and you have to let it go and speak your truth. Put your message out there. Put yourself out there. We'll reach hundreds of thousands of people on YouTube, tens of thousands of people in the Facebook group. A message sometimes gets shared 4, 5, 6 times, which I know isn't millions or billions. I can only imagine having millions of people watching what you say, because imagine the criticism and the backlash some will create for you at that scale. But right now, my experience is impacting hundreds of thousands of people. And although I try to choose my language in a way that best suits the situation and gets my message across the best way I can, I know even if somebody watches this video, they'll have something to say and something to not like about it. Whether they get vocal about it or not is not up to me. I speak my truth. I'm honest to who I am and what I believe and my views on things and my moral compass, which I'm always open to shifting. When I do get criticism, this is basically what I do. I look at it, I say, is there truth to this? I do my best to let the ego go, and if there is truth to this, I look at it, say, okay, how can I do things better next time? Great, I'll write those down, and I move on. It's a blessing, it's a beautiful gift when someone criticizes you because you can see it, and if it's based on an emotional triggering of someone else and there's absolutely no truth to it, you throw it out and you don't pay any attention to it. If there's some truth to it, don't beat yourself up about it. We're humans, we are learning. I am far from perfect, but you take it, you learn from it, you move on. So once again, one last time, and I hope this message lands, is you cannot avoid criticism. Don't avoid criticism. Accept it. Speak your truth. Put your message out there. Some will just not like you, and they will be the most beautiful gift you can have, because they're going to not only motivate you to keep going, but they're going to bring people into your audience. They're going to push your message out to more people, and really beautiful things happen. And through that polarity that you create, without meaning to create it, you're just speaking your truth. Through that polarity you create, you find there'll be extremes, and there'll be a few on this side who really don't like you, but there'll be many more on this extreme side who really love you, who become clients, who share your message, who bring referrals, and there'll be some people in the middle who just don't care, and that's fine. But if you always play in the middle with people who don't care, no one's going to become a client, no one's going to pay you, no one's going to care, no one's going to share, no one's going to talk about you at all. And to me, that was one of the greatest. Robert Greene, who's on the podcast, really taught me that. 48 Laws of Power and Mastery, but he was like, one of his biggest lessons was there is no good or bad attention. It's just attention. So don't be afraid of it. If you truly want to amplify your message and put it out there, you have to come to terms that you will be criticized. With that said, I know there wasn't many strategies or tactics on building your actual online coaching business. If you'd like those, then make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, because I'd say 80% of this channel is strategies and tactics for messaging, for niche selection, for lead generation, for sales, and everything else in between to help you grow your online coaching business. But I think this is a very important element to growing and scaling an online coaching business. If you want the tactics, check out lucasrubix.com. Wherever you are in your journey, whether you're just starting, you're looking for free, we got the podcast, the YouTube channel, we got an awesome masterclass, how to make your first 10K as an online coach. You're welcome to download and get those for free. If you want to put your money where your mouth is, if you truly want to commit, if you want to join an awesome community and a coaching program, that's not just a course, it's an actual coaching program. It's a hybrid of a program where we actually work with you until you make $10,000 in sales in your online coaching business, even if you're starting from scratch. Check out lucasrubix.com and the Coaches University. I'll put the link for it around here somewhere, and I'll see you in the next video.
So I don't know when this whole get a job, 9 to 5, play it safe, think small, and hopefully someday retire with enough time to maybe chase my dreams became okay, but for people like you and me, it's not. I'm Lucas Rubix, and welcome to the Coaching Channel, where I continue my mission of setting human beings free.